Hello, everybody out there in YouTube land. Welcome back to another review of Sex and the City. That's right. I'm going to give you the honest to God straight man's point of view, okay? The truth, which is something you never got when you watched this show before, okay? I know what you all were doing back then. The same thing I was doing back then. I was watching that show, Sex and the City, the great show from the late 90s, early 2000s, okay? My name's Diego. I have watched every single episode of Sex and the City. I watched both movies, and I watched that piece of shit show, and just like crap, do not watch it. The show sucks. It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. I already reviewed it. You can watch my reviews. It's on this channel, okay? We're going to talk about the original show, Sex and the City, the good show, the one from the late 90s, early 2000s, okay? Now, obviously, I'm a big fan of the show, and you're probably going to ask yourself, why was a straight guy watching Sex and the City? Okay, well, I'll tell you why, okay? Because I was trying to get laid, okay? That's the honest to God truth, okay? I was trying to get laid. I just got out of the Marines. You know, I was back in a civilized society, you could say. Okay, I was living in Chicago. I was going to college during the day, and I was working at night. All my friends were actors, struggling actors, musicians, stand-up comedians, models, all that shit. Okay, so I hung out with those kind of people. Okay, so we were always doing that kind of shit, hanging out in the city, going to clubs, going to parties, concerts, off-Broadway shows, a lot of things. We're doing a lot of stuff. That's what you do when you're in your 20s, okay? You get fucked up and you do a lot of fucking, yeah, exactly, okay? Well, all the hot girls that I knew at school, at work, that I would meet in places, they were all watching Sex and the City. Like, they were all watching that show, bar none. They were all watching it, okay? So, and they were always talking about it at work and at school, and I didn't know what the hell they were talking about. Okay, so I was like, okay, I gotta find out this show. I already had HBO because I was watching Sopranos. Okay, so I already had HBO. Okay, so I started watching Sex and the City. Oh, I got hooked. I got hooked. It was a good show. All right, it was very entertaining. I got to see dating from a girl's point of view, which was kind of weird, but it makes sense. I mean, I'd seen chick flicks and shit before. Okay, and of course it's bullshit. Sorry, ladies, but it's bullshit. Okay, and this show was bullshit. All right, but I still liked the show because it was entertaining. It was well written. The characters were phenomenal. Okay, I love Carrie Bradshaw. She was a very realistic type of person. Samantha, Miranda, Charlotte, they were all believable. Okay, so I got that. I love the writing. Okay, the quips. Excuse me. Carrie had the best lines. She always had this. Well, she's a writer. Okay, so obviously she had the best quips. She always had the non sequiturs. The puns. She always had that stuff on point. Okay, so I like that. Okay, I like that about the show. Obviously, these women, all four different personalities. Okay, they're all straight though. So, well, they were back then, not anymore. But they're all straight supposedly, right? And they're all basically different aspects of Candace Bushell's personality, okay? So she divided the four aspects of her personality and made characters out of them, okay? And Candace Bushell basically just rode the cock carousel, okay? And she promoted that message in her column and in her book, and of course that transferred over to the series, okay? And now Candace Bushell is alone, living in a penthouse in New York, by herself with her fucking cats, okay? Ain't no guy gonna stay with her. Ain't no guy wanna be with her, honestly. Okay, sorry, ladies. This is a bad message they're sending, okay? I hope you didn't take it to heart. I hope you didn't look at what these women were doing and think that shit was going to happen to you, huh? Because it probably didn't work out that way, did it? No, I don't think so, okay? And that's what I'm here to call out. Okay? I'm going to give you a straight man's point of view. Do not censor myself here. I'm going to tell the honest God truth, whether you like it or not. I'm not your gay best friend. I'm not your gay BFF. I'm not going to fucking go shopping with you. I don't give a shit about your goddamn Barney's or fucking or Dwar or fucking Louis Vuitton or your goddamn Manolo Blahniks. I don't give two fucking shits about any of that crap. That's not what I'm here for, okay? There's gay channels and shit that you can watch all that, okay? I'm here to talk about the relationships between the men and the women, okay? These narcissistic, shopaholic, alcoholic women, promiscuous women, okay, and these fucking so-called men that are actually cartoon characters created by gay guys and lesbians, all right, that they're apparently having sex with, okay, even though in real life it would not happen this way. And that's what I'm here to do. I'm going to burst your fucking bubble, okay? I'm going to destroy all your ideas of what you think men are like, okay? Because let me tell you something, ladies. If you got all your knowledge about men from watching this show, you're in for a rude awakening. And I'm the one who's going to give it to you. The real question you ask yourself is, can you handle it? Can you? I'm going to give it to you straight up, baby. No lube. I don't think you can. I don't think you can. I do not censor myself here. If you're a snowflake, you're easily triggered, if you're easily offended, get the fuck out right now, okay? I'm going to tell you the honest God truth, okay? Which is what your dad didn't tell you. Your boyfriend didn't tell you. Your husband didn't tell you. I'm going to tell you, Okay, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Okay, the honest to God truth. Okay, straight up, baby. All right, here we go. Now, we are on the last season of Sex and the City, okay? And when I'm done with this, I'm going after the movies, and then I'm going after your chick flicks, okay? But right now, we're still on Sex and the City, right? Yeah, lucky you, right? Okay, so right now, we are in season 6, the final season. Of course, there's like 600 episodes in this season. Holy shit. But we're making progress, okay? We are on episode 10. Episode 10 of season 6. The name of this episode is called Boy Interrupted. For those of you kids out there that don't know anything about what was going on back like 20 years ago, okay, it's basically a phrase from a movie called Girl Interrupted, okay, which is the one that Angelina Jolie won her Academy Award playing a psycho bitch. Basically, she played herself, okay, and Winona Ryder was actually the star of the movie, and all the praise went to Angelina Jolie. Go figure, right? Anyway, Winona Ryder. Yeah, she produced it and all that kind of shit, started it. But all the praise went to Angelina Jolie, so she kind of regrets hiring her now, okay? Because Angelina Jolie won the Oscar for that movie, and Winona Ryder didn't get shit. But luckily, Winona Ryder did get convicted for shoplifting like 2 years later. Hey, but at least she's on Stranger Things, okay? So you can call that a comeback. Because her career went to shit after that. Anyway, okay, we're not talking about Winona Ryder. Damn it, don't get me sidetracked. All right. So anyway, the point is, Boy Interrupted. That's where it came from. Okay. So we're talking about Psychiatric Institute. That's what the movie was about. Like girls in the fucking psycho ward because they were all getting molested by their dads and shit. Okay. Whatever. Okay. And teachers and you know whatever. Okay. All right. We're not talking about that though. Okay. All right. So anyway, that's the name of this episode. Boy Interrupted. Okay. So it starts out with Carrie meets this guy named Jeremy at a bar. Now, Jeremy was her high school boyfriend. He's played by David Duchovny. You all remember him from the X-Files. Okay, and some of you older ladies know him from, well, you know him from X-Files, yeah, and from Californication. That's a show that I never ever watched, okay, because I didn't want to waste my time. I remember I had a girlfriend at the time back in 2014 or shit, 2012, whenever the show was on, okay, that watched that show religiously. I could not get into it. To me, it was bullshit. It was just this guy who was a fucking pessimistic piece of shit asshole. He's always depressed. He's always upset. He's always fucking complaining. He's basically a male version of Miranda, okay? And yet every room that he walks into, some hot girl wants to fuck him. And I don't know why. You know, I just couldn't figure that out. I was like, okay, well, this guy's not even trying. Women just want to fuck him, and yet he's acting like an asshole to everybody. Which you can get laid by being an asshole, okay, but you got to start off being nice and let the assholeness, you know, sneak its way through. This guy's just an asshole, straight up asshole all the fucking time. And girls are throwing themselves at him. I was like, come on, this ain't fucking believable. This is shit. This kind of shit a fucking chick would watch, okay? It's not realistic at all, okay? Yes, I know he's a sex symbol, okay? But that's because he was a fucking nerdy sex symbol because of all the girls that were watching X-Files. That's where he got his fucking sex symbol status, from fucking X-Files. Now, I know in real life, okay, David Duchovny, he did have to go to the hospital and get treated for sex addiction. Yeah. That's a disease that only, I guess, rock stars and movie stars suffer from, right? Yeah, sex addiction, okay? No wonder his wife, Tia Leone, left him. Anyway, but the point is, yeah, she was I never watched the X-Files either, but I had a girlfriend that watched it, go figure. So all my girlfriends have watched this shit. I don't watch this shit. I don't give it. He's a fucking nurble to me. He looks like a nurble to me. He's always looked like a nurble to me. And the only reason he fucks a lot of women is because he's fucking famous, okay? And that's the honest to God truth, okay? If he wasn't fucking Agent fucking Scully or whoever the fuck his name was on the show, nobody would know who the fuck he was, okay? He'd just be another fucking nerd guy, all right? So there. That's my opinion of David Duchovny. Okay? I don't give two shits about him, okay? Fuck him. He's a fucking nurble, all right? And apparently he's a big asshole too in real life, okay? According to his co-stars that I saw interviews with, okay? But anyway, that's the point, okay? So anyway, he's there. His name's Jeremy. He was Carrie's high school boyfriend, okay? And he's in town. He wants to see her again, so she decides to come meet him. She ain't dating anybody. So she meets him there. And apparently she's attracted to him, you know, because he's a TV star. But he looks like a fucking nerd. I'm sorry, he looks like a nerd. Or at best, he looks like an average-looking guy. Average-looking guy. I got nothing against him, really. You know, it's just like he doesn't seem to me like your typical guy that you have on this show, you know, the suave guy, you know, like I've always said before, the guys that are on the show are all fucking professional something. Even this guy's a professional, so I don't know what he does, but he works in Denver. He has a business degree from some fucking Ivy League school. So, you know, these are the type of men that hit on the women on the show, because that's very realistic, right? Yeah, bull fucking shit, right? Yeah, this is what I think of that, okay? But the point is that these are the type of guys that hit on the women on the show, all right? And so, of course, he falls in that category, but he's not very impressive, at least not to me. I think Carrie's dated guys that are better looking than him, whatever. But, you know, it's the show, right? He's David Duchovny, okay? So just go with it. Just don't pretend he's David Duchovny, okay? I know the real life David Duchovny can pull a lot of ass. I mean, that's why his wife divorced him, because he was pulling a lot of ass. Okay, anyway, so she likes him, whatever. She decides not to fucking ditch him there at the restaurant and actually have dinner with him, all right? And, yeah, and they start reminiscing about shit from the 80s and stuff, you know? And he's like, do I come out? He goes, hey, you probably thought I was going to be, she's like, yeah, I did. That's why I pretended to have another engagement after this. But, you know, my fake plans, okay, are now my real plans, and I'm going to have dinner with you. So, you know, that kind of thing, you know. So anyway, meanwhile, Robert played by Blair Underwood, like I said, the poor man's Idris Elba. He was like that hot, sexy black guy, you know, who's been like in every fucking TV show you've ever seen. Okay, and he's on this show too, playing Robert Leeds, Dr. Robert Leeds. He is a sports doctor for the Knicks, the New York Knicks, professional basketball team. Yes, that's what he is, okay? And a guy like that, a guy who's as handsome as fucking Blair Underwood, okay, is attracted to Miranda. Huh? What? Where the fuck did that come from? But anyway, yeah, well, she's attracted to him, that's for sure. Okay, anyway, so he shows up at her house, knocking on her door. Okay, and of course she's like, you know, I'm just watching her like fucking thirst after this guy is pretty fucking disgusting to me. It reminds me of when I was in high school. Most of you guys know what I'm talking about. You know, guys, when when some girl at school, okay, tells you that her friend likes you, you know, but she's too afraid to talk to you. You know, you look over at her friend and her friend is ugly. You remember that in high school? You know, every time you look at this girl that you're not attracted to, you know, every time you like peek a look at her, she's like, you know, like that, you know? Yeah, you know, and you can tell her, you can like tell her that she's like, she's looking at you like that, and then when she's sitting in the back of you in class, you know? That's what it reminds me of when I see Miranda fucking just like undressing him with her eyes. You know, it's like, oh God, I don't want to be in her fucking head. She's fucking gross and nasty and shit. But anyway, he drops off some fucking free tickets for a charity game at Madison Square Garden, which is where the Knicks play. So charity is it a charity game or is she a charity case? That's more. I'm kind of leaning towards that myself. Okay, they got that part right. Okay, that's Miranda's thinking, and I'd be thinking the same thing too. But oh well. You know, we're in lollipop land. Okay, this isn't the real world. I'm trying to inject the real world into lollipop land. Okay, that's what I do on this show. That's what I do here. Okay, straight man's point of view. All right. So anyway, I don't know why he's not attracted to her. I don't know what the fuck. He's a guy like him. He's a sport. Okay, he hangs out with fucking professional athletes. Okay, we all know that these guys are getting fucking laid. Okay, they're getting fucking laid like crazy. Okay, so he would be getting laid like crazy too. He's a single guy. He's good looking. He's a professional. The whole team knows who he is. He's got to be very good at his job, or else he wouldn't have gotten that job. Okay, he's up to his ass in fucking groupies and fucking cheerleaders. Okay, so no, this guy would have no problem getting laid. So why the fuck does he want some 38-year-old single mom with fucking a big ass cellulite and hates fucking men? Okay, no, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna buy it. Ripley don't believe that shit, and I don't believe it, and you shouldn't believe it either. Okay, but you probably did believe it when you watched this episode, didn't you? Of course. You know why? Because the show wasn't made for me. It wasn't made for straight guys that fucking have intelligence and can think. It was written by gay guys, lesbians, and feminists. It was written for a bunch of fucking 40-year-old women that can't get fucking laid. Like I said, La La Land. Hey, now, I'm not trying to offend anybody here. Okay, I'm not. Okay, please don't get mad at me. Don't write me bad comments, okay? I'm just telling you what the truth, okay? I'm telling you the truth. A guy like this would be fucking younger, hotter women. Okay, like I said before, this guy has a high sexual market value. Most of the guys on the show have a high sexual market value. Okay, that means they're the cream of the crop. They don't ever show average guys on the show. They don't show a guy that works at fucking Subway. Okay, they don't ever show the guy that fixes your car. They don't show the guy that's trying to sell you insurance. They don't show you the guy that works at the fucking bookstore. Yes, they existed back then. They don't show you the guy that works at the rental car store either. Okay, these aren't the guys that hit on the women on the show. Although in real life, these would be the guys that hit on the women on the show. Okay, you know why? Because those guys would know that these women are on their level, not way the fuck up there. Okay, the guys that hit on the women on this show, these are guys that hit on fucking movie stars. These are guys that hit on professional models, porn stars. Okay. The guys that hit on these women are the guys that would hit on those women, the younger women, the 20-something-year-old women, okay? Yes, these are the guys that would do it, Okay, they wouldn't be hitting on fucking 40-year-old women. And I'm being generous. We all know that not all of them are that young. You know what I'm talking about, okay? So yeah, come on. Let's get real here. Let's get some real. Let's inject some reality into this shit, okay? Okay, anyway, there, I made my case. Okay, so Carrie and Jeremy, that's that David Duchovny's character, they're walking down the street. They just had their day. They're talking and shit. They're reminiscing about when they were in high school, about how his mom busted in on them when they were making out in the bed, you know, with her laundry and her fucking Tab. For those of you who don't know, Tab was a fucking Diet Cola from way back when like I was a toddler. Okay, there was no NutraSweet back then. Aspartame had not been invented yet. There was no Equal back then. Okay, they used saccharin, which they still use today. It's in the pink bags. Okay, when you're trying to look for a sweetener for your coffee, it's the pink one. Okay, it's called saccharin, which I guess has been proven to cause cancer, but nobody knew that back then. So they put that in the fucking cola, and they called it Tab, which is basically Diet Coke with saccharin. Okay. Oh my God, shit, man, that was a minute ago. Oh my God, my mom drank that shit. I tasted it when I was a little kid. It's like, I'll take Diet Coke I'll take Coke Zero over that any fucking day. All right, but anyway, yeah. So they're talking, walking together on the sidewalk. Okay, she asked him, "What are you doing here in New York?" He's like, "Well, I'm in Connecticut. I'm staying in Connecticut right now. I've been here for a month. I'm relaxing." That's what he says. I'm relaxing here. You know, I worked for 10 years in Denver, and then I got burnt out, so I decided to come over to Connecticut, and I'm relaxing for the time being, okay? So in other words, he's not working, okay? And she's like, "You know what, Carrie, I really want to kiss you right now, you know, but I know this is our first date, but it's really not our first date, Carrie, because we've dated before. You're my ex-girlfriend. I mean, my God, you know, I've kissed you hundreds, if not thousands of times. I mean, your lips and we were lip locked for most of 1982. So why do I feel weird about kissing you again?" She's like, "Well, you can kiss me again if you want to." So he's like, "Okay, I think I will." So they start fucking kissing each other again, you know? Meanwhile, Samantha hates the New York heat. She's walking down the street. It's super fucking hot. It's the summer in New York. I guess this is like August of 2003. Summer, it gets very hot in New York. So she's walking down the street, fucking trying to fan herself. Okay, she bumps into fucking Ginger Spice. I'm not making that up. Ginger Spice. What the fuck's her name? Jerry Halliwell. Yeah, one of the Spice Girls. She already quit the Spice Girls by the time this episode came out. And she colored her hair blonde. She went solo, and her career went to shit. But anyway, she was Ginger Spice. Remember, she wore the Union Jack leotard? Remember the Spice Girls movie, that piece of shit movie that my fucking girlfriend made me watch back in the late 90s? Yeah, she was in that. Remember, "If you want to be my lover, you got to get with my friends." Yeah, remember that shit? Yeah, that horrible fucking, tell me what you want, what you really, really want. Yeah, okay, yeah, it's her. You know what I'm talking about. Anyway, damn it, she doesn't look that good either. I mean, she got a nice body, but her face, ooh. Anyway, so she bumps into Samantha. Samantha knows who she is. She's not playing herself. In this episode, she's playing someone named Phoebe, who I guess Samantha did the PR for. And of course, Phoebe here, Ginger Spice, is walking in a fucking, she's with some guy, and she's walking in a what do you call it, bikini, okay? And she's bragging to Samantha that she just came back from this Soho place. I don't know what it's called. It's called Soho House, okay, where I guess it's a British exclusive club. You gotta be a member to get in there, and they got this huge pool on the top, okay, of the building. And it's a private club, so you got to like know people who know people who know people to get in there. Samantha cannot get in there. They've had her application on hold for a long time. But this girl, Phoebe, Ginger Spice, just came out of there. She's bragging about it. So now Samantha's pissed off because she wants to go up there, but she knows she can't get up there. All right, even though she's the Samantha Jones, And the joke is that she thinks she's more of a big deal than she really is. Okay, which is every episode, honestly, and this show too. Okay, so that's going on here, and she complains to her girlfriends at the diner that they always go to every fucking episode to bitch about their lives, okay? Do they know who I am? Basically she tells them that, when I was in high school, if I wanted to go to a pool, all I had to do was jump a fence. That kind of shit. And Carrie's like, "Speaking of high school, I ran into my old high school boyfriend the other day, and and we were making out, and I think I still like him again. Hey, because this conversation is always about me. So shut the fuck up, Samantha, and listen to my story." which is basically the regular Carrie attitude. Okay, and Carrie's like, when he kissed me goodnight, I remember what it was like to kiss him again. Oh, hey, hey, I am guilty of this myself. I recently reconnected with a high school girlfriend. Let's just say I'm glad we didn't stay together. Thank God for MTV. Okay, anyway, we're not talking about that though. Okay, so I know what but actually I don't know. I don't know what she's going through. Okay, because that's not what I went through. Okay, and this happened recently. Yeah, God, I hope she doesn't watch these YouTube channels, man. I ain't gonna say her name, but I hope she doesn't watch these YouTube channels. That would be embarrassing, man. Don't comment if you're watching this. Don't comment. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't say your name. Okay, so yeah. So she remembers that shit. Samantha's like, imagine if you slept with him. Talk about homecoming. Yeah, that's the way her mind is. And she's like, we never had sex. We were kids. We wanted to wait. Wow. You've come a long way since then, haven't you, Carrie? He's like, I think we've waited long enough. I broke up with him because I thought there would be better people out there for me to date, that I would get better. Guys, and it turns out there's not. Well, there is. You fucked him over. Remember Aiden? Yeah, you totally fucked that guy over, and he was the best thing for you. Okay? He would have set you straight. But no, you couldn't have that. No, you got to have your drama. You got to have the fucking guys that treat you like shit and ignore you. Okay, that's what you have to have. That's what turns you on. A guy that gives a shit about you and does things for you. No, that dries up your pussy. So, of course not. All right. So anyway, so that's the thesis of this episode basically is, have we graduated past our ability to find true love? When it comes to matters of the heart, they always say shit like that. Matters of the heart, matters of the soul, matters of love. They never say matters of the fucking horny pussy, the horny wet pussy. They never say that on the show. When it comes to matters of the heart, did we have it right in high school? Because, in high school, you believe in true love and you fall in love with your boyfriend or your girlfriend or whatever, And hey, you know what? And I understand, okay? We've all been in high school. Yes, you do fall in love in high school. I fell in love in high school. I did. Even the bitch that I just told you about, I was in love with her back when I was like 15 or 16. I don't remember. I was. But, you fall in love because it's new. It's one thing to fall in love with fucking Morgan Fairchild like I did when I was a little kid. Okay, because she's a famous actress, by the way. She's a TV actress, so not that famous. Okay, but like I did, there's that, and then there's the fall in love with the girl that fucking sits next to you in class. Okay, and that's what I did, and it's new. These feelings are new when you're a teenager, so of course it feels real because it's pure back then. It's not about fucking IRA accounts and alimony and fucking and custody battles, okay? It's not about that shit, okay? It's about fucking, just love will conquer all when you're fucking young and dumb and full, well, you know what, okay? So yeah, of course. So yeah, it's cool to kind of reminisce, the nostalgia of being young and dumb, But that's when you got to lean on your parents, man. Have a great relationship with your parents. Your parents have been through this already, and they can guide you in the right direction. This shit's gonna fucking pass, okay? It will pass, just like disco passed. Okay, just like bubblegum pop music passed. Okay, just like the Beatles passed, it will pass. Just like New Kids on the Block passed. Okay, all that shit's over and done with now. Move on. Grow up. Anyway, so there we go. So that's the thesis of this episode. Okay, so anyway, Samantha complains about waiting for her pool membership. She complains to the lady at the counter, hey, do you know who I am? She said, I do not know who you are, ma'am, but you cannot come in this club. We are at capacity. We're very busy here. So she's like, well, can you show me where the bathroom is? It's the water closet. The WC is over there. So she goes in the bathroom, and the maid in there finds a woman's membership card. Her name is Annabelle Bornstein. Annabelle Bornstein. So Samantha pretends to be Annabelle Bornstein. Now she doesn't go right back in there with this card that she found. She waits a day and then she comes back. Okay, and starts using the pool. Okay, now she pays with cash. That way, her credit card, she doesn't charge Annabelle Bornstein for her credit card. So she's not all that bad. She's not that bad of a thief. You know, identity theft is a big deal, but at least she didn't fucking, ring up a bill for Annabelle Bornstein, because that would have turned Samantha into a whole new level of bitch. But at least she didn't do that. But she still lied to get into this private club. Okay, pretending to be someone else. Yeah, I mean, does Samantha even look Jewish? I don't know. Anyway, so that's what's going on. Stanford, meanwhile, yeah, Carrie's best friend. He's at this restaurant with his boyfriend, his lover, Marcus. Remember him? He's like the professional dancer. I didn't even remember his name. But anyway, yeah, so he's there. And of course, who walks in? Because I guess they're in Chelsea, which is like the gay neighborhood in New York. I don't know. I haven't been to New York since I was a little kid. But yeah, apparently that's like, well, since I was a teenager. Okay. Apparently, that's the gay neighborhood in New York, Chelsea. So they're in Chelsea having fucking whatever gay guys do in a fucking restaurant. And then Anthony, Charlotte's best gay friend, comes in with Charlotte. So they come in there to have lunch. Stanford already knows Anthony. He rejected him. Anthony rejected Stanford when Charlotte tried to set them up. He was not attracted to him at all. Anthony's like, you said he looked like Ed Harris. More like Ed has no hair ass. So Stanford has been butthurt about this ever since, no pun intended. So now that he's got this hot boyfriend, he wants to show off his hot boyfriend in front of Anthony to prove to Anthony that he can get better than him. I swear to God. This is some crazy shit. Okay, so he goes out of his way to try to get Anthony to be jealous of him and his fucking good-looking boyfriend. So of course, Stanford hates Anthony. He sees him there and he's like, "Hey, I hate that guy." So he decides. So Stanford and his boyfriend, they decide to go up to the table, and of course, Charlotte's nice to both of them. Oh, hi, Stanford. Hi, Marcus. You know, and Stanford's there. He's like, yeah, well, Stanford tells his boyfriend, "Hey, come with me, Marcus." He's like, "Why?" "Because you got a tank top on." And Shaw's like, "Hi, Stanford, what a small world." And Anthony's like, "That's Chelsea for you. Can't swing a dick without running into someone you know." I love Anthony. This guy, what's his name? Michael Cantone or something? Mario Cantone. I don't remember his name. He's incredible. He really is. He's funny as shit. I love this guy. He's like me. He's got no filter. Only he's gay. He's got no filter. He just says whatever he fucking feels like saying. Well, that's Chelsea for you. Can't swing a dick without running into someone you know. Stanford. Now Marcus, Stanford's boyfriend, thought it was funny, and Stanford looks at him like, "Don't laugh." He's like, "Oh." No, okay. Oh my God, the politics in the show, insane. So Stanford's like, "We can't stay. We have to get our tuxes for the prom fundraiser at the Gay, Lesbian, Bi, Transgender Center." Oh my God. I know this is like every day in 2022, but this was 2003, okay? Oh my God, yeah. Yeah, how times have changed, huh? Okay. And Stanford's like, "I'm on the decorating committee." Anthony's like, "What's the theme? Queer and queer?" Can't help it. See, this is why I like the show, because it's got funny shit like this in there. It's fucking hilarious. You know? I never watched those gay shows like The L Word and Queer as Folk and Straight Eye for the Gay Guy. I never watched that shit. Okay, so me watching this show was my introduction to those gay shows. Okay, and this show was funny. This guy Anthony's fucking hilarious. I love this guy. And Stanford's like, well, Charlotte's like, "You know what? I was prom queen of my high school." And it's like, "Of course you were, Charlotte. Of course you were." And Stanford's like, "I missed my prom because," and Anthony's like, "'Cause you're gay?" He's like, "No, my girlfriend and I broke up right before because you're gay." He's like, "No, I wasn't gay until you were born." Oh my God. So he's like, goodbye, Charlotte. He's like, never mind. Goodbye, Charlotte. And his boyfriend walk away. So they leave, okay? And Anthony's like, those two should go to the gay, lesbian, and prostitute prom. And she's like, hey, Anthony, don't say that. Those two are in love with each other. And Anthony says, I happen to know that Marcus was once a gay prostitute. She's like, be nice. He was not. And Anthony's like, wake up and smell the KY. I was flipping through a back issue of Honcho magazine. And I saw his ad in the Rancho section. He called himself Paul. Worst hustler name I've ever heard. She's like, they are in love. Leave him alone. And he's like, well, according to Honcho, he's been in love all over town. He's like, I will show you the ad and prove it to you. Okay, so we know where this is going. Okay, meanwhile, Charlotte goes to the Knicks game with Miranda, because remember she got those charity tickets, yeah. And they're there, and they're watching the game, whatever. And of course, you know, Robert Leeds is there, okay? And Charlotte's talking to Miranda, showing her the ad with Paul in there, and his ad, you know, for a good time. His male escort ad. And so they're talking about Paul, and Miranda says that they shouldn't talk about it in a public place like this. You know, and Charlotte says, like, I don't think anyone that Stanford knows would be here. And she's right. Okay, yes, they are actually at a Knicks game, which is pretty much 99.99999% heterosexual. Now, these girls really stick out. They do not look like they belong there. Okay, if you've ever been to a sports event, you know that the girls that are there are wearing shorts, they're wearing jeans, they're dressed like tomboys, they're showing their team pride, okay? That's how girls look. Now, they still look sexy, don't get me wrong. They wear like those Daisy Duke shorts and stuff, you know, especially when it's hot, okay? But Miranda and Charlotte are wearing summer dresses at a fucking basketball game, and they're sitting right in front. These are like the best seats, okay, that you can get at Madison Square Garden, okay? So they're totally out of place, okay? Like, they do not belong there at all. Like, they stick out like a sore thumb, okay? And he's right, yeah, it's mostly heterosexual guys and women that are at a basketball game. Okay, so she's looking over and she sees him working. He's treating some player's injury, you know, and she's like, oh my God, look at him over there. He looked at me, Charlotte. Did you see that? He looked at me. She's like, yes, he did look at me. I think he likes you. I think he likes you, Miranda. He likes you. Oh my God, he looked at me. He looked at me. I sort of got the shit you girls do. I sort of fucking got. Okay, so anyway, yeah, so like I said, they look out of place there. Okay, moving right along. Miranda points out how cute he is, how cute Robert Leeds is. Okay, get the fuck out of here. Okay, he makes eye contact with Miranda and smiles at her, like, you know, with his Billy D. Williams look, like, you know, his Billy D. Williams look. Yeah, Mr. Smith, we need some Colt 45. Anyway, Miranda's like, you know, he looked at me. Yeah, I already said that, because of course he likes you. I mean, look at these seats, Miranda. She's like, you know, look at that. Oh, here come the cheerleaders. You know what, Miranda? I used to be a cheerleader. Yeah, you were a prom queen and you were a cheerleader. Okay, we get it, Charlotte. You were popular. Of course you were. All right. Now the Knicks, these are called the Knicks city dancers, okay, which are like the cheerleaders, okay? And they're, oh my God. Okay, it's not even a contest. Okay, these girls are fucking fine. All of them. They're fucking fine as fuck. Okay, these are cheerleaders. Okay, cheerleaders are in shape. They have incredible bodies. They have beautiful faces. They know how to fucking dance. They know how to move. And these girls know how to fucking move, okay? And they're over here dancing to, they're dancing to Proud Mary. Yeah, the Ike Turner and Tina Turner version, okay? You know, they're doing their fucking, you know, think Jessica Alba from fucking Honey. Remember when she did the, remember that? Yeah, they're doing that shit, man. Bootylicious. All the fucking way, and they look fucking good. All right, and of course, Miranda's upset because she doesn't look like them. Okay, you know, what the fuck are you trying to do, Miranda? Okay, what the fuck are you trying to do? This guy's way above you, sexual market value-wise. Okay, of course he's gonna fucking fuck these girls. These are the girls that hit on him, not you. Why would he want to fucking, when he can drive a Tesla, why the fuck would he want to beat up Dodge? Okay? Who's a single mom with cellulite and hates men. No, ain't gonna fucking happen, okay? Not in this world. In Lollipop Land, it will work, okay? When the episode's written by gay guys and lesbians and feminists, it will happen, okay? But in the real world, it will not fucking happen. And he's agreeing with me, because Robert Lee's looking at these girls dance like, oh. He's like, which is exactly what I would be doing too, if I was there. I'd be looking at them too, oh my God, yeah. My mind would be going all different places, okay? I wouldn't be thinking about Miranda at all. Who the fuck is she? I'm looking at the real women here. Okay, maybe that's a bad thing. Okay, I'm looking at some sexy women here, okay? Some sexy women. And of course, one of them, the blonde one, is flirting with Robert. Yeah, she's flirting with, of course she is. That's what these girls do. Okay, all those cheerleaders, that's all they do is they fuck the players. That's all they fucking do. That's their job. How are you gonna compete with that, Miranda? You're not. You can't compete with that. You can't. Sorry, but you can't. All right. So anyway, but on this show you can. All right. So yeah. So he's checking them out the same way I would be doing. Okay. And so Miranda, after the game is over, Charlotte's like kind of pushing, like, go talk to him. Go talk to him. She's like, oh no, we should just go. No, go talk to him right now. So she starts walking over there, and she sees him, Robert, talking to the blonde cheerleader, the one that was giving him fuck me eyes the whole time she was fucking dancing and shaking her ass, her fucking fine ass. Yeah, he's talking to her and flirting with her. So Miranda's like, never mind. And so she turns around and goes like, I'm out of here. You know. Oh, she's talking to your boyfriend. He's not my boyfriend. Damn right he's not your boyfriend. He's not your boyfriend, Miranda. What the fuck? I mean, come on, man. Like, if I was flirting with Sandra Bullock, okay, and then she invited me to a party, platonically, right? And I saw her there, and I wanted to talk to her, you know. And then all of a sudden, here comes fucking Jason Momoa, and she's flirting with him. Okay, what do you think I'm gonna fucking do? You think I'm gonna go try to talk to her? Fuck no. Fuck no, his market value is way the fuck above mine. I'm gonna find someone a little bit lower, okay? Sorry, that's just the way it works. It happens to us too, ladies. It doesn't just happen to you. The problem is, you only wanna go out with the guys with the high sexual market value. You don't look at the guys that don't have it, okay? Whereas guys will date girls like Miranda, but a guy like that won't. Okay, an average guy, or a slightly above average guy would date you, Miranda, but you're not gonna see those guys on the show. Streamman's point of view. All right. I mean, yeah, it's not even a contest, okay? All right, so anyway, Carrie and Jeremy, they make it out of her bed. Okay, they're making out in the bed. And they start talking and they start reminiscing about shit, you know, about when they were younger and his mom walked in on them when they were making out in the bed, you know, with her laundry bag and her tab, okay? And Jeremy says, like, I have to be honest with you. And Carrie's like, uh-oh. He's like, I'm not really relaxing, okay? I'm not really on a vacation right now. The truth is I'm in a mental hospital. I'm in the nut house. Well, had to be something, right? Okay, I'm going to stop it right here. This is going to be the end of part 1 of my review for this episode. And I'll be right back shortly with part 2. Thank you for watching this long, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.